Hey everyone, it's Adam, and I wanted to talk to you today about some lessons that I actually learned this morning. I've listened to this audio probably about 5 or 6 times, and for some reason over the last couple weeks, things have been falling on my shoulders, or should I say, falling on my conscious in a completely different way. I can't quite explain it right now, but the only thing that I can say is that since I've been seeking the meaning for a lot of things, like really seeking, understanding, understanding is starting to flow freely into my life. Business is flowing freely into my life, and gratitude is flowing freely into my life. So I started listening to this one audio track from Jim Rohn, and he has an audio series called The Art of Exceptional Living. If you don't have it, I would say pick it up because it is an incredible piece of work. And I'm going to share with you something that just blew me away. I forget, where was I going today? I might have been going to the gym. No, it wasn't there because I didn't have enough time. Oh, I was actually I was walking my little video vlogging co-pilots, right? My little furry children, and so I started listening to this audio. It was only about 5.5 minutes, and the topic or the subject line of the track, the name of the track was the 4 major lessons. Phenomenal stuff. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a summary here of the notes that I took. So he starts out by saying, "Have you ever noticed how a lot of people major in minor events?" And he was saying, take a look at your week, take a look at your year, and make sure that you don't major in minor things. Amazing, because he was saying that if you do that, that you will lead a below average life. Not even an average life, a below average life. Who even wants average? I don't want average. I don't think you want average. So yeah, he was going into these lessons. So the very first lesson is about winters and understanding how to handle winters. And he was saying that they come with regularity. Thinking that your life, you're not going to have winter, right, is crazy. Spring, summer, winter, fall. These are seasons that come with regularity. They have been for the last 6,000 years, and they're not going to change. So he was saying that life and business are a lot like the seasons. So when he was talking about winters, he was talking about disappoint. He said disappointment is common to everyone, and you need to learn how to handle these winters of disappointment. And he was saying that you should learn how to. Let me see where the notes here. You should learn how to get stronger, wiser, and just become better, as opposed to saying, why is this happening to me? Why are these winters happening? So he said the winters don't change. Obviously, the winters are not going to change. There's short winters and long winters, and short summers, long summers. But he said those seasons can't change, and he's talking about the seasons of your life, but you can. We are the only people that can affect change in what happens around us. So, he was saying that don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills, and don't wish for less challenge, and wish for more wisdom. And that really, goes without saying that to handle winters, definitely, because it could be little winters, right? Little winters of difficulty and disappointment, and how you handle that instead of blaming and really taking responsibility is ultimately what's going to create your success. So lesson number 2 was talking about spring, saying that springs come right after winters, right? And you have to learn how to take advantage. I love this. You have to learn how to take advantage of spring. It's full of opportunity, so he said, days follow nights as reliably as opportunity follows difficulty. Let me repeat that. Days follow nights as reliably as opportunity follows difficulty. I heard that, and for some reason it was just like, wow, something shifted in my head, and I was just thinking that, after every difficulty there does come an opportunity. And you heard that one expression, once when you close one door, another one opens. So closing the door of disappointment or failure or difficulty will open another door to opportunity, and I firmly believe that. So the other thing that he said is you need to take special note of two words, and the two words were take advantage. When you're in the springs of your life, you have to take advantage, because he said, just because it's spring, right, opportunity, doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to reap a harvest in the fall. Why? Because you have to get into action. Nothing will happen in the spring. Nothing will happen with an opportunity unless you take action on it. I mean, yes, these are fundamentals, but if you really think about it, you can't expect, right? You can't expect things just to happen. You need to create the change, and the change starts with you, and it ends with you, right? So let's see, what else did he say about spring? Lesson number 2. Here was a great thing, and this actually, where was I? I went to meet a friend for lunch in Santa Monica today, and I was driving down, what was it? I think it was like Colorado or Broadway, and I saw a homeless guy, and he had a sign, and he was asking for money, and this young girl, I actually saw this young girl, walk up to him, gave him some money. And the reason that I mentioned that particular situation, because I thought of this line, and Jim was saying, just because spring comes, there's no guarantee you're going to look good in the fall. You must do something with it. In fact, everyone has to get good at one of two things. One of two things. Planting in the spring, planting in the spring, or begging in the fall. Isn't that interesting? It may not be as drastic as standing on 3rd Street Promenade begging for money, but there are a lot of people that are trapped in jobs that they hate, or businesses that keep them a slave to that business, right? Because they didn't take the best advantage of opportunity when it presented itself, and now the fall has come, and they're begging versus planting, right? I thought that was just incredible. So he says, take advantage of the day and take advantage of the opportunity. Read every book you can that you can get your hands on, and learn how to take advantage of the spring. He said, get busy on your springs, because there's just a handful of them for each of us. In other words, just a handful of opportunities. Don't just let the seasons pass and pass and pass. Actually, get at it, right? He said, life is fragile and life is brief. Isn't that so true? Whatever you're doing with your life, get at it now. Don't put it off. Procrastination is a whole other subject that's not part of these four major lessons. So that's lesson number 2, spring. So lesson number 3, summer. He said, learn how to nourish and protect your crops all summer. This is amazing. As soon as you've planted, the busy bugs and noxious weeds are out to take your garden. Here's a truth. They will take it unless you prevent it. You have to protect it. Preventing the intruder from taking the good is a major skill in our life that all of us need to learn and master. And I started thinking of just the most unbelievable things, when I don't protect certain things that I believe in my life, and all of a sudden, everything goes to hell in a handbasket. And so I'm sure that you can relate to some part of that in your life. And I just thought that was incredible, that he brings light to the fact that whatever is good in your life, it's not just going to stay good. It needs to be protected. You need to protect your values and your morals, and Everything that you've built in your life that is good, it needs to be protected because it's constantly under attack every minute of every day. So the two key phrases to consider with Summers is just like what I said, all good will be attacked. He said, on this planet, all good will be attacked. Don't ask why. He said he wasn't in on some of the early decisions. He said he doesn't know why, he just knows that it's true. And I think we all know that that's true. Key phrase number 2 is all values must be defended. Again, social values, political values, marriage values, family values, and business values. Every garden must be tended all summer. If you don't develop this skill, you'll never wind up with anything of value. Amazing stuff. So the fourth and final lesson is fall. He said, learn how to reap in the fall without complaint. Take full responsibility for what happens to you. It's one of the highest forms of human maturity if you can take responsibility without complaint, right? Accepting responsibility is the day you've known, the day that you, let's see, accepting full responsibility is the day you know you've passed from childhood to full adulthood. And there was another book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, that really goes into how to accept responsibility and really respond to any situation as opposed to just reacting, right? So that was pretty amazing. And he says, success is not something you pursue. Success is something that you become. Now this was really profound. It's not what happens that determines the quality or quantity of your life. It's not what happens, because what happens to just about everyone, right? It's not what happens to you, but rather what you do about it that makes the difference of how your life works out. So he was talking about Murphy's Law, and I'm sure you all know Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But he said those are happenings. Everyone has happenings. Everyone has disappointments. He said disappointments are not special gifts reserved for the poor. I thought that was amazing. And everybody has disappointments. So the question is, how are you going to handle disappointments? And really, what I got from this is really just understanding, those 4 particular seasons of life and how to take advantage of opportunity in the spring, how to, get through the winters, how to, tend to your crops, tend to everything that you've built in business, your relationships, your health, and really how to reap the rewards and take responsibility. And if you've done really well, acknowledge that you've done really well, and don't be ashamed or shy about doing amazing things. And at the same time, if those things don't come to fruition at any particular time, accept and acknowledge those situations without complaint. Unbelievable stuff. So that's a track from The Art of Exceptional Living. I hope that you've gotten value out of that, because when I was listening to it, I was just like, wow. I actually listened to it 3 times today, and it just blew me away. So I'm going to be going back through that entire audio series. I don't even know why I actually jumped onto that particular audio today, because there's so many other audios that I'm trying to get to. That just spoke to me. It just jumped out and spoke to me today. So I hope that what I've said and the words of the incredible Jim Rohn have touched you and reached out to you. And I'm really looking forward to, I don't even know what it is that I'm going to talk to you about tomorrow, but I know it's going to be great, because I'm seeking greatness in all of the information that I'm learning in this personal development journey of mine. And so I just want to bid you a great day, and I look forward to sharing some more with you tomorrow. Take care until then.